All right, ladies and gentlemen, this making this video is gaining a little bit of traction on the page. So for those of you that have a Thule Omnitrack 1200 awning, they're commonly found on the Forest River, Rockwood, and Flagstaff models. This is the video y'all been waiting for. Now I've got to start out by saying this. I'm not a professional. Neither is my wife. And neither is my son. But we're gonna make it happen in 3 easy steps. All right, step 1. We've already covered step 1. Make sure that you've got plenty of room to open up your pop-up, okay? Step 2, make sure you have a teenage kid on hand. They make the job easier. And step 3, we're gonna wing it, and we're gonna show you how we do it. It may not be the correct way, but it's the easiest way that we found. So bear with us, and we'll get through this together. And if you find anything on the internet, or if you have a better way of doing it, please, by all means, share in the comments, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to help each other. So without further ado, we're gonna set up this Thule Omnitrack 1200. All right, folks, do yourself a favor from the get-go, all right? This thing is quite heavy and quite beefy. We were not expecting that on our first time out, and we waited to try to set it up till the awning, or till the pop was raised up all the way. So that's why we need a strong back and a weak mind to do this. All right, so follow along. Do yourself a favor and unzip it on the ground. And having a step stool or two handy is probably good practice. All right, now when you unzip it, all right, you're gonna see that it's held in place with these Velcro straps, and you really can't see them right now, but up under here, you've got these white pieces of plastic. Those are gonna come in handy here in just a few minutes. So make sure the top of your pup is unlocked all the way around. We've got the bougie model, so it's got the power winch. All right. I always hate that noise. Okay. Now some of you guys, this is like a 2-position awning, okay? And you'll see it here in a minute. A lot of you are gonna have these located, already factory installed. It's just a mounting bracket. You'll have one here and one here. All right, so go ahead and at this time, make sure they're up and unlocked. And just a moment ago, I was talking about these white portions right here. One of your poles are actually gonna clip into these. There's one on each end. So go ahead and do the Velcro. It's still pretty new. And you know what? Working smarter, not harder. We're gonna lower it down just a little bit. See what I mean by strong backs and weak minds? All right, you wanna get yours? Now, like I said, this is a little bit beefy, a little bit heavy. So, Gabriel, if you wanna get on the end there. All right. It's gonna unfold something like this. All of your poles are enclosed in the body right here. Now, if you look, it's got a spring-loaded release. All right, so if you stick your finger down in here and push it in on either side, that's going to release your legs. All right, now we'll let the camera lady go over there and raise the awning back up. This is sometimes kind of like a 2 to 3 person operation. All right, so finished raising the roof up. Like I said, down here, put your finger in and release, and you've got 2 legs. I'll go ahead and release yours. Maybe I'm the strong back. There we go. All right, guys. It's very important to note the orientation of these poles here. The pole that has this leg is going to be the pole that clips into the side of your pop-up, all right? Or you can put it on the ground and put a little tent stake through it. This is the one that clips into the top of your awning. So, while you're holding it up, go ahead and unclip it. Rotate it. All right, go ahead and rotate it inward. Now, you notice it wants to come down, all right? Let it come down, lock into its initial spot here. All right, at this point, don't put any weight on this thing. You still want to kind of hold it. Now, we're going to take our long portion that's going to go clip to the top, and we're going to extend it. All right, got a ratchet too, so you can actually squeeze your thumb in, and you can kind of dial it in, but you can pull it all the way out as well. Now, if you look right up underneath here, oh, yeah, that's the storage bag. This is where that little ratcheting action comes in. You can collapse your pole a little bit. All right. Now, the end of this, start ratcheting it out. Go up into this portion up here. It also helps when you lock it outward. There we go. This is only the second time we're doing it, but all right, there we go. See if we can get it in. I understand the theory of operation on this thing, but it really does seem a little bit over-engineered. There we go. Let's collapse the ratchet part. All right, so pull this end out until it locks. Line it up in there, all right, and it'll click into place. You'll feel it. Now, with your ratcheting end on the second section here, there we go. You'll feel it click in place. Now, extend your ratcheting end, which is the second part of this pole here. You want to switch spots? You want to come hold this side all the way. Go ahead and get that one. Go ahead and switch spots. All right, guys, just like on the other side, extend your first portion until it locks out. This is your ratcheting section, so you can dial it in. Just squeeze that with your thumb to change the adjustment length. All right, now we'll take this section, slide it up into the little lock up there, click it in place, and you'll feel it. It's not very loud, but it'll just kind of click in there. All right. Pull the center section back out till you hear the ratchet, and it locks in place. Now, we have 2 options here. We can either extend our leg all the way with our little foot right here, little ball will lock into these holes on this section. If you want to lock this in place, you have a cam lock. You unlock it and then just fold it up and it'll lock in place. And you can either leave your awning like this, and like I said, down here there's little holes from the factory where you can put little hooks, like, you know, maybe tent stakes to lock it in place. Or go ahead and lift it up, and those little portions I just showed you on the side of your camper, slide the bottom in first, push it in flat, and boom, lock it in place. And just like on the other side, slide the bottom in first, oop, push it in, lock it down. If you go from the option of having it on the ground to placing it on the end of your pop-up there, make sure you unlock your cam locks. And we're going to go ahead and continue to slide this out. Push the ball in, there you go. Continue to slide it up until it clicks back in place. Flip your cam lock. Lock it down. Just as with anything you do, practice makes perfect. Like I said, this is only our second time doing it, so it appears to be a little cumbersome, but just like anything with pop-up camping, once you do it once or twice or 150 times, it becomes second nature. In order to break it down, it's just the reverse of installation. So what we'll do, we're going to come over and unlock our little, I don't know, leg mounts, foot mounts. We'll lift them into the up position. Go ahead and make sure you've got a good grasp of the awning pole. We're going to pull it outward. All right. We'll rotate it back down. Now there's two adjustments on these poles. The hole up here with the ball is the one that you want to use if you're going to put it on the ground. And I'm guessing you can probably have it in this spot too if you really want your awning up high. But what we're going to do, try to get this here. Press in on the ball. Collapse your leg until it clicks. You'll hear it click. All right, and this is what you'll see here. You'll see the little detent ball will slide into the hole that's closest to your cam lock. All right, watch your fingers on this. We're going to go ahead and unlock our cam lock and collapse this section. There's a spring on the end of it too. All right, go ahead and make sure your cam lock's closed all the way. Open up your cam lock. Your cam lock. Open it up all the way. Never mind. That's how you lock it. See, I told you he was the strong back and I was the weak mind. We're experiencing some technical difficulties there. Our strong back needed another slice of pizza. That's how we get them to work around here. Okay. So now that we're at this point, making sure that you're supporting the awning, go ahead and grab your top support here. Pop it out of its little socket up there on the roof. This is easier said than done. If you run into something like this, you may want to come up here with this thumb lever on your super awesome ratchet action. There you go. Squeeze it in a little bit. Give yourself a little bit of tension, or release the tension on it. There we go. Now, once you get the tension off of it, you'll be able to release your second leg. We'll go ahead and slide it in. You can rotate it down out of the way. Bearing in mind too that this little guy, he likes to get away from you. Got two left hands down here. Where's it at? Oh, here it is. There's also another detent ball on here. You might have to squeeze it in with your thumb. There we go. To collapse it a little more. There we go. All right. Now, once you're back to this position, you got your little clip here. Everything's retracted. Now remember, this part's spring loaded. You'll go ahead and clip it all back together. See, we're on different sides now because Weak Mind had to go over there and teach young Grasshopper how to finagle it a little bit. These do stick, guys. They're just aluminum, and when they're brand new like this, sometimes you gotta show it a little love. All right, don't get discouraged. Now, we're ready to lock these back in place. So, we'll come in, lock it back in. Oh, it's easier if you flip that up right there, and then lock it back in place. Now we'll come on out. We're guys, we make stuff more difficult than it needs to be. Hey, look at this. Now we're right back to where we started. Thule Omnistor 1200. Oh. We'll go ahead and start rotating it inward, like so. I'm gonna let my lovely assistant here grab it in the middle. Come on down with it. All right, I'm gonna hold it right there. I'm gonna lower the top a little bit just so we're working smarter, not harder. That's our camping buddy over there. He's upset because he thinks we're gonna leave him. All right.
More technical difficulties.
What do you expect? It's new. Yay. High five for freedom.